Alright, what's good, guys? I'm back. This is day 2 of everything. As you can see, I got all this out yesterday: intercooler, battery, heat shields, battery box, everything like that, all the easy stuff basically. Starting to clear up some room here. I'm trying to get close to the fuel pump as well, so I can do that while I do all this. You can see the stock KO4 there now pretty well. So we're getting closer, that's for sure. But one thing I finally got using this beast here, my breaker bar and my O2 sensor. I had it soaked in PB Blaster. I soaked it about 4 times, left it overnight, and I finally broke it free. Can't quite get it out yet. I should probably unplug it down below, but it's out. And I hope I just didn't strip those threads, because I don't want to pay $400 for a new one. So yeah, we'll see in a couple minutes when I unplug it there. I also got my car up a lot higher than it was. I've got it on my 6 tons there, so it should give me enough room underneath to work on it. I've got my 2 tons as well, just for backup, but the car is much higher now, so when I do have to get under there to do the work, it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I will update you guys again when I get a little bit further. So if you're doing this install yourself, you're going to want to unplug your O2 sensor wiring harness. It's kind of hard to show you here with the light, but it's this right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Just this socket right here, and it clips in there. It is a bitch to get out, but it will come out. So yeah, now we're good to unscrew the O2 sensor up here. Alright, so I finally got the O2 out completely. What you're going to want to do if you're doing this is, you can't really see down there because they're pretty far back, but they're metal clips, and they hold the O2 wiring harness in so that it can't move around in the bay. There's 2 of them. You're going to have to unclip it out of both of them before you are able to twist this out, because if you just try to twist this right out without undoing the wiring harness itself and then from those clips, you're just going to rip the threads at the top of this. So yeah, I highly recommend doing that before trying to take it out fully, and you'll be good to go. So now I can take off that heat shield right there, and we will be one step closer to the turbo. Alright, so we're making a little bit more progress here. I finally got the EGR off, which was on this flange here. It wasn't too bad to take off. The hose that connects to the turbo was kind of a bitch to get off. I had to use a flathead screwdriver for that. I also got the banjo bolt off the top of the turbo out, and that feed off as well. And I also got this coolant line. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that down there, but this coolant line bracket that connects to the bottom of the turbo, that is now disconnected. So I will be going ahead and removing the nuts that hold the turbo to the manifold itself. I am not looking forward to this, because they are going to be extremely hard to get to, I think. But we'll find out here in a couple minutes, and I'll update you again. So if anybody's looking to do an EGR delete, this is what your EGR looks like here. Don't make the same mistake I did and loosen the nuts before draining your coolant, because it will go everywhere. It's just like that. But I have an EGR delete kit coming next week, hopefully. This is also the banjo bolt that was at the top of the turbo. But yeah, if you're looking to do an EGR delete, that's what it's going to look like. That's what you're going to be deleting. So yeah, just want to let you know about that. Okay, so for the last little bit, I've been trying to get this last bolt out of the upper downpipe heat shield. You can't see it really from here, but it's the bolt where my finger's pointing in behind there. It's the last one out of the 3. The other 2 came out pretty good actually. This one's just being a bitch and giving me a hard time. I've sprayed PB blaster on it, left it overnight, I've torched it, nothing. I'm pretty sure I stripped it, so it's pretty well fucked from here. I'm thinking the only thing I can do is cut that heat shield right off and just work around the bolt and then go into Mazda and get a brand new one, I guess. But I've kind of gave up on that just so I'm not wasting my time on it. And I am now working on the fuel pump. Alright, so I got the fuel pump out here now. Took me a little bit longer than expected, but basically I'll try to explain it here. It sat in just like that. You've got one connector up here and then your 2 fuel lines. You're going to want to remove your 2 fuel lines. There's 2 collars, the colored collars. Take those off. Remove that, and then you've got 3 E8 Torx bits right here. You're going to want a special socket for those. I don't have it around here. I don't know where it went. But you take them out 1 turn at a time. If you take one out, it's going to have some back pressure and you're going to basically ruin it. So take it out 1 turn at a time until you've got tons of slack. The hardest part though of it all, I'll take the pump back out. So the place where you broke off the 17 mil and 19 mil nut, right at the bottom down here, this fuel line is going to be in there and it's going to be very snug to take the pump out. So what I did was I undid the 3 Torx bit bolts, pulled it out and took a flathead screwdriver, which I don't have around either, and I put it back in. Let me grab it actually. I just took a flathead screwdriver and basically just pried it little bits at a time from each angle until it popped out enough that this fuel line here popped out of the bottom of this. If you try by hand, it's going to be hard as fucking hell and you're not going to be able to do it, so you're going to have to force it out basically. But after that, you're easy sailing. Your pump's out. And the shitty thing is I don't have a vise here, because what you're going to need to do is get an 18 mil deep socket. 18 mil deep socket, which I have here, and you're gonna put it right over top. You're gonna have your pump in a vise and you're gonna crack that off, and your internals will come out just like that. So I have to wait till I go back to work to put this in a vise and crack it off and put the new high pressure fuel pump internals on that I got from Autotech. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing in the next couple days, and then I'll just reverse the steps that I showed you guys to put the pump back in. So yeah, that's pretty well it for tonight. It is almost 8:30. I'm gonna go drink some beer and call it a night.